Hello, my name is Anne, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Acme's plan to build the manufacturing plant in Vietnam in order to facilitate sales in India and China. So we'll be discussing about some key considerations involved in moving the manufacturing arm of a company overseas, and also some of the primary risks and benefits associated with offshoring a merger of a branch of a company abroad. Starting with the key considerations, the first one is rules and regulations in that country. This is because rules and regulations differ for businesses from one country to another. So it is important to look into the country's tax and regulations that might affect your business before setting a business in that environment. So you can ask like an expert point of view about the taxes and regulations in that country that might affect your business, because it will be a waste of time and money collecting necessary materials and resources if there is no possibility of relocating your business there. So this is one thing you should consider. Another thing is language barrier. As we know, many countries differ from their native language and language of speaking. So if you're allocating your business to a country with a different language, you have to take into consideration the impact the language barrier may have on the running of your business. So you might consider learning a little of that language to increase the business efficiency in that country and avoid mistakes in communication. Many companies tend to employ people from that local area in order to for them to facilitate sales, and that the local client will feel at ease at your business because they feel that your company have speak the same language and appreciate the gesture. The next thing is culture. Culture can be a barrier because it takes time and understanding to grasp another country's culture. So it will be wise to study the country's culture before establishing a business there and be able to get like their values and their beliefs, and this will help Acme be able to understand the people and provide for their needs. Um, Another thing is marketing. Marketing is an important aspect of the business because it will help Acme to attract like the best audience that will be able to buy from them. So the marketing strategy Acme might be using in their country, it doesn't mean that it will necessarily work in Vietnam. So the company has to carry out a research and maybe translate the marketing materials into the native language in order to be able to attract the right audience for their company, so that people can be able to get to know from them and identify themselves in the company. The next thing is the cost of moving. It is also essential to consider the cost of moving your business in another country because the exchange rate can affect moving in that country. So you have to seek financial advice from an expert so that they can be able to identify how the exchange rate or other factors will affect the financial transaction and money transaction in your company. So this is because there is no point in relocating your business if the company will lead to the ruin or the end of your operations because it might be expensive. So you have to make a clear budget and collect the necessary information about the financial environment in that country. Um, that was it about the key considerations. So we saw rules and regulation, language, culture, marketing, and the cost of moving. This whole information was according to Leah Jarrett. So now we're moving on to the benefits of moving a company's main part in Vietnam. This is because Vietnam has reduced taxes, so Acme will pay a low amount of money considering to operating in China or India. Another thing is that it is cost effective because the cost of production will be low due to access to necessary resources and low labor. Another thing is that Vietnam has an availability of an eager workforce. Um, Acme will have an abundant supply of the workforce. Another thing is that Vietnam has a political stability and open government policies, so it will be easier to operate in Vietnam. This all information was according to James Ritchie. So some of the risks of operating in Vietnam is that Vietnam shows some problems such as corruption, financial instability, and a weak education system. So corruption can affect Acme because people can ask for money in order to give them services. So this can affect the operation of Acme, and also financial instability and the weaker education can affect Acme in many ways. This one information was also retrieved from Richie. Thank you very much. I hope it will help Acme establish their business in Vietnam.